Unity 6. So let's go and let's get this started. Now, with this particular time ghost, it is free. It's a free environment. And it looks like so far we have 7 comments. So, as always, let's see what the reviews are, how people liked it. Okay, so there's 3 5 stars. Stunning, beautiful HDRP environment. 8 days ago, someone says it's a nightmare. Imported into an existing project. Took me 2 weeks to restore. Mini broken project caused by this messy import. Another person said 5 stars. Looks great in the video. He says he daily uses his Unity. The project was not able to make it run at all. Tried different approaches. The one suggested just stayed loading for multiple hours until it crashed. Different Unity 6 versions, including the latest 6.23. Not sure why you call it 6000.0.23. My laptop RTX 3060, 6 gigabytes, 32 gigabytes RAM. Not a high powerful machine, but it should be able to open up and run a few FPS. Please give an exact scenario of what the system requirements are. Do we need additional software installed which are related to the stuff inside the project? Which is the best approach to open the project? You have mentioned to create a blank project with built-in pipeline, then import this, which approach doesn't seem logical. And I tried the HDRP also, was worse. Another person gave it 3 stars. Hard to get it to work in huge lags. When trying to import, it gives a lot of errors, which requires manual resolution. It says, but when imported and launched, it works awful. Terrible performance. Looks like it is not a runtime scene. It looks very bad. And same time, there is some temporal render, I think, which I am not an expert in. But if not, renders all pixels in one frame. So we get a lot of noise instead of final render. Sure, I only have a GTX 3060. It looks like I should have a 4090. Even if not launched in play mode, just working in editor with all the scenes open causes serious lags. So it's hard to use the asset for analysis purposes too. Not sure what this demo should show to us, really, but it's not about performance at all, in my opinion. Hope I'm just misunderstood or doing something wrong. But also have not found any guide about how to use this asset too. It can only can it be found anywhere, or is this just a demo scene as is? And another person says, great for analysis if it works. This asset is generally going to be best used for analyzing to further your own processes and techniques to achieve a similar outcome. Personally, I think a lot of this is already available. The visual engine is a great vegetation system for Unity, and amplify imposters is also a solution that can create imposters for all types of engine. So there are already solutions to these things which don't necessarily need to come from a custom solution. The best takeaway from this is probably going to be the ECS system, but in my case, I couldn't load this up at all. Oh no. Trying to get into the trying to get into the scene and cause memory leaks. I've not had those for a long time, even with scenes of greater size than the demo. The folders are not very well organized, so it's difficult to really direct yourself to the right place to go. I would have liked to have learned more on the techniques they use, but I mean, what's the point if it's causing crashes? Not much to really take away from it at that point, other than the fact that it's not going to run at all for certain people, in comparison to a scene that will run usually literally any renderer from the store, utilizing imposters and occlusion culling. And then somebody said, good, it's the best to add all the content from the movie, such as the character animations and smoke effects. I got compiler errors, and besides completely useless. 90% are Houdini. Sorry, 90% are Houdini. So you can only look at the scene and fly the camera. Okay. Well, I guess a lot of people were quite honest with what they felt. Okay, so it looks like the file size was a 5.3, and I okay now okay now some people were in the reviews, they were talking about the movie. And if you're not familiar with the movie, it's called Time Ghost. It's on the Unity website. And I'll just click on it while I talk. And then we'll go to my computer where I had installed it. Okay. Let me turn off the volume real quick. Okay, so this is what they are talking about. They are real excited because they're like, "Oh wow, this looks really realistic. Look at the graphics," and it really does. It really does look good. It really does. So they have the leaves coming up and everything. I just wanted to tell you that I had when I downloaded Unity 6, I downloaded it through the Unity Hub. So I found it was easier and it was able to run if I did it through Unity Hub. They have Unity Hub now on a different page. They say to install the Unity 6, but it's better to go the old way and install it through Unity Hub, which is the best thing to do. And what happened was I have an older computer where I programmed older Unity projects. And to be honest, this wouldn't work on it. It was just like that lady said, it was lags. Just forget about it. And I had did that on the other project. I think it was the Free Village. And so I had to go to my newer computer that has a NVIDIA graphics card on it. And I was able to run the Village. And so since I already had this installed on, since I already have Unity 6 installed on the one with the NVIDIA graphics card, I already knew just by looking at this, it's going to require a newer computer. So, and I was correct, and it worked perfect. There's no lags whatsoever if you have a newer computer. And a good test is Unreal Engine. If you have Unreal Engine, I know you have to have that on a newer computer in order to get that to run. It's the same thing. You have to have it. I would definitely on a newer computer, and as well as I encourage you to have some of the latest, greatest graphics cards as well. So if and also I wanted to say that it really looked like Unreal Engine now. That's how clear Unreal Engine is. How this particular version. So they're finally are there with the graphics quality, and the player looks real. They did an excellent job with that. And one more thing I wanted to say was, if anyone's familiar with the Unreal Engine, they're getting rid of Quixel Bridge, and they're only making it a store, and you have to buy the asset and the materials now, just like with Unity. So I don't know why. I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm thinking that one day they're going to merge together. I don't know why I have that feeling. I feel like just because it's getting so similar now. I think that I wouldn't be surprised if Unity and Unreal Engine if they merge together. Well, anyway, So as you can see, this looks really good. This is this film right here. I can imagine how long it took them to make it. Okay, now we're inside of Unity. And if you don't know how, I just want to make sure, just in case, you go to Windows, you go to Package Manager, and you type in Time Ghost, and it'll be the very first one. And it will ask you to download, which will take a while. And then after that, it will tell you to import, and it should be in your project after that. Now I'm going to go down to the project folder. This was different, okay, to run this. So in the project folder, you'll have the scenes folder, and you have multiple scenes. Normally, you can double click on the scene, or it will say demo, and you double click on the scene, and you can just run it. This was different. So on here, what you had to do, you had to go up to the top menu. You have to click on Time Ghost, and then click on Load Demo Scenes. I already loaded demo scenes, and it was able to come on. Also, if you're not familiar with installing the product into Unity, you want to make sure that in Unity Hub, when you create a new project, you want to make sure that you select HDRP. Just in case, if you're not familiar with that, you will do that in Unity Hub. When it asks you to create a project, and well, what name do you want your project? And at the top, it will ask you uh, if you want this to be URP, SRP, or HDRP. You want to choose HDRP 3D. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, and we have loaded the project, and you'll see that it has loader, start journey, and start journey scatter. I want to tell you that when I first loaded the project, it took a while for the graphics to render, because there's a lot of materials and assets in here. So I would probably give it like about 7 minutes, depending upon the speed of your computer. So it's definitely a big project. And this is the scene, as you can tell. It has the landscape that we're all used to. I love how the light is on there. And you see the speed of this? Look at that. So I was able to kind of zoom in, zoom out pretty easy. So I did want to show you that. Now let's go ahead and let's run this puppy. Let me close it. Just gonna run it. Let me hit play. Now, this is interesting because this has F1 for camera animation. It has F2 for free camera, F3 for player controller, and F4 for scenario blend. Right now I'm on F1 for camera animation. So once you hit play, you want to click on F1, and then the camera will fly around the scene. And I'll let this fly around for like about 3 minutes before I go to the next one. Okay, so now we flew around this scene pretty good. Nice. Okay, so now I'm going to click on F2 and I'm going to move the camera around. So this is F2. I'm just going to use my arrows or WASD. I'm going to go to the left. Okay, well, let me go to F3. And they have the player in there. Well, we can kind of see what it looks like. This is better. It's not going to fall through the ground. Oh, I like this. I feel like I'm really walking through, excuse me, the field here, and I'll be walking for about 3 minutes, just so everybody can kind of see. Space bar to jump if anyone's not familiar. Oh, wow. Okay, I like this. I like it. Can't wait to put some real characters in here. I added a few objects in here, but I really don't see it. It's such a big landscape. Let's have them run a little bit, get, so we can get past all the cornfields. Oh, I love the mud. And if you're not familiar, if someone's not familiar, you just hold down your arrow key and shift, and that makes them run. Okay, one more minute because it looks like it's just still a long, beautiful field. Look at the mountains in the background. That might have been something. I might have added some of those rocks over there. I'm not sure though. Everything looks so real. Let's see if we can get to those rocks. Oh, look, it's almost like a path got cleared for us, right? Oh, I love this. You can play around with the day and night and have the sun rotate, kind of similar to Unreal. Uh, I'll be making another one of these and I'll be downloading the character that they specifically have for this. Oh, look, you can't run any further. Okay, so they have a block, so you can't go that way. Okay, and that's how they keep it the size down. Clever, very clever, because it looks like, haha. I'm glad we did this. Oh yeah, that's where they blocked it up. Brilliant. That keeps that. I won't have to load so much. Oh, I like how they did that. It was really good. Okay, so that was worth doing that. I wish I would have added. I wasn't sure exactly where it was going to run when I was in it because it's such a big landscape. I added some rocks and I added trees. I think I added a little bit of water, but I can't find it right now. Okay. And then they have F4 for scenario blend. And honestly, I don't know what that does. I'm not sure. I see that the wind picked up. So let's look at it for like about 2 minutes and let's see what they're talking about. Maybe it's something I didn't know. Oh, okay, that's what I was talking about. Did y'all see that? How it's kind of going day and night, and that's what they were talking about before with the sun. They can move the sun around. Okay, maybe that's what they're talking about. Let me just let it run for like another 2 minutes. Let's see if it does. What else it does? Ah, yeah, sunset. Excellent. Okay. I hear my computer fan running. So let me stop this. Give my lovely computer a little break here. This is wonderful. I like this. But I do want to tell you is, and I don't mean to put a but in there. Let me go back to Windows and do a default layout. This is in the Unity 6.0. It is a learning curve. It's not like the other versions. Some things are similar, but it's very different. So it is a learning curve. So what I'm going to be doing, my next video, I'm going to download the man and we'll be going over all the different components that they have on him. It's almost like they have the rigging, they have the skinning for the skin, and they have a separate module for the hair. If anyone's familiar with Blender, uh, they have a lot of the modules there. So this is going to be quite interesting. I'm going to be playing around with this and I'll be doing another video and then I'll do another video with him inside this one. And let's see how this goes. Well, anyway, I hope everybody liked this review. I give this probably a 4.5. The only reason why I say a point 0.5 is because this is so different from all the other versions, and you have to put it on a newer computer. So I wasn't expecting that, and I'm not sure what type of license this one has either. The Unity 6, because they were changing their pricing. So but overall, I mean, this is Unreal level. So I hope everybody has a great day and happy coding.